Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wana Makamia Al-Fidri Bewan Azwan, metric number B05172009. Today I'm going to present about my PSM project, titled Synthesis and Characterization of Titanium Dioxide Powders using Hydrolysis Method. I am supervised by Dr. Siti Rahmah binti Syamsuri. So for the introduction of the project, so titanium dioxide, or also known as TiO2, has gained considerable attention due to its important roles in many applications such as photocatalysis, environment purifications, self-cleaning on the surface of building, and many more. These titanium materials occur in three crystalline forms, which is the first rutile, anatase, and rukit. Among this crystalline structure, the anatase possesses an excellent photocatalytic properties compared to the other one. The properties of titanium depends on the size, morphology, and crystalline forms, and these characters is highly rely on the processing conditions. So it highly rely on how we process the titanium. So the various technique has been used to synthesize the materials such as PVD, hydrothermal, hydrolysis, CVD, SARJANA, deep coating, and others. So in this project, we demonstrate a fabrication of anatase TiO2 by a simple hydrolysis method using titanium sulfate TiOSO4 as the starting materials, and discuss further the effect of stirring temperature and time on the structure and the properties of the titanium dioxide powders. For the problem statement for this project, many papers have published on the synthesis of anatase TiO2, which include CVD, sputtering, hydrothermal, and also SARJANA. So most of this technique required a large amount of energy, formed at high temperature, and also need an expensive equipment. In other hand, hydrolysis process required a simple equipment and it's easy to control the parameters during the synthesis process. For the objectives of the project, we have three. The first one is to synthesize the titanium dioxide powders using simple hydrolysis technique. Then to investigate the surface morphological properties of synthesized titanium dioxide powders. And lastly, to characterize the structural and physical properties of the synthesized titanium dioxide powders. And for the scope of the project, for the synthesis of titanium dioxide powders, we will use hydrolysis technique. And also few parameters need to be considered, such as temperature and also stirring times. For the titanium dioxide powders morphology characterizations, we use SEM. And for the physical and structural investigation for the titanium dioxide powders, we will employ SRD and also FTIR. And for the second chapter of the project, we is literature review. So in this chapter, we summarize about the recent knowledge that relate with hydrolysis process for titanium dioxide. This is done by referring the information from past studies, journal research, internet sources, and also reference book. Okay, for the development of titanium dioxide powders, so for the literature review, we mainly focus on the porousness of titanium dioxide, titanium dioxide nanoparticles, and lastly, mechanical properties enhancements. For the porousness of titanium dioxide literature, from the author C.C. Palacio, and the article titled Effect of the Mechanical Properties on Drilling Resistance of AI-203, Titanium-02, coatings manufactured by atmospheric plasma spraying. And the summary is, the study found that the phase and the structure of the coating affect the material's mechanical properties. It is tested by comparing two different chemical composition of coating formed using two different thermal spraying techniques. Number two for the literature for development of titanium dioxide powder or titanium dioxide nanoparticles, article name, synthesis of TiO2 nanoparticles by hydrolysis and activation of titanium isopropanol solution by S. Mashid and his colleague. It has been demonstrated that the final version of the titanium dioxide powders highly depends on the size, morphology, and also crystallized process of the titanium dioxide powders. Experimental result that they get also shown that the S prepared powders have entirely consist with anatized crystalline phases, and only powders acquired from acidic solution has fine nanoparticle size with spherical morphology. The third one is mechanical properties enhancements. The article is anti-friction superhard coatings for drill bits and boring cutters by Ermin En and his colleague. And the summary is based on study of anti-friction superhard coatings for drill bits and boring cutters. The measured micro hardness of the plate drill with coating that has titanium is significantly higher than the normal micro hardness of a plate drill. So the last chapter, methodology. So we have 8 points. So the first point is finding SV, required 2 weeks, and then consultation from the SV from week 2 to last week 15. The third one is define the objective and scope, required 2 weeks, week 2 and 3. And finding literature. So we have 4 points here: material properties, second, synthesis process of titanium dioxide, hydrolysis process, mechanical characterization of titanium dioxide. And this required from week 3 and also till week 12. Then report preparation also starting from week 4 to week 12. To week 13, sorry. So the poster preparation and oral presentation required 2 weeks, week 13 and 14. And lastly, report submission at the last of the week, week 15. So this is the methodology of the projects. So the first thing, the raw material, titanium sulfate, TiO-SO4, will be combined with distilled water in hydrolysis process. Then it will be stirred on hot plate at 80 degrees, 100 degrees, and also 120 degrees for roughly 8 hours, 10 hours, and 12 hours. Then after that, the white precipitate will be formed. Then this white precipitate will be washed with distilled water several times and receipts. We dry it in an oven at 120 degrees Celsius. After that, for the morphology characterization, we will use SEM and XRD, FTIR, and PSA will be used for physical and structural characterization of the product. So lastly, data collection. So mainly, this project will gather various data. So all data from the experiment will be collected. This data ranging from the material properties of the product, sizing of the titanium dioxide nanoparticles, and also the hardness of the titanium dioxide. This data, all the collected data, will be used for further study of the product and also the study for my PSM2 project. I think that's all from me. Thank you. Hope you enjoy.